Okay, so guys, as yesterday we have seen the introduction and problems related to set theory. So today we will be doing permutation, combination, and the counting principle. This is one of the very important topic as far as the gate syllabus and probability chapter is concerned. So we will be taking probability, permutation, combination, and counting principle. Whatever the problems I have taken majority problems from the gate question paper only. So we will solve few questions as an example, and then the remaining topics we will see once we start our chapter number 1. So we'll start with the introduction. So you can see the Jacob Bernoulli. This is the guy behind this concept called permutation and combination. So I want you to all read this for 1 minute. For example, suppose you have a suitcase with a number lock. Okay, it's a wheel lock. I may be that you might have seen that you in many suitcases you have a wheel lock. So it has 4 wheels which labeled with 10 digits from 0 to 9. The lock can be opened if 4 specific digits arranged in a particular sequence with no repetition. For example, from 0 to 9, any 4 combination of number you have to keep without repetition so that the lock will open. Now the problem here is that you have forgotten this sequence of the digit. You have forgotten the password. You have forgotten that sequence which you have fixed. Except the one digit you know. That first digit is 7. So rest 3 digit you don't know. So in order to open this lock, how many sequence of 3 digit which you have forgotten have to be checked with? Can you tell me? Only one digit 7 you know, but rest 3 digit number you might have forgotten. So how many sequence of this 3 digit number you have to test to check? And we will answer this question a bit further, but what I'm asking, why I've taken this example is for this reason. You may definitely start with the possible arrangement of 9 digits taken 3 at a time. Okay, so I'm talking about the permutation of 9 digits taken 3 at a time. But this method will be tedious because the number of possibilities very large. So that is why we shall learn about basic counting techniques, which will enable us to answer this question without actually listing all the 3 arrangements. Okay, so this is how. Okay, 10 power 3. No, Kritika, it is not 10 power 3. We will see that once we'll go ahead with the session. You will only give me the answer. So at present, I'm not answering this question here. We'll answer that in a later stage. But the major reason why to learn the counting technique, just a basic example I have given that in this lock problem, that if I have forgotten the 3 sequence, then to unlock the suitcase, rather than I have to go for 9 digit at a 3 at a time for possible arrangement, better go for a basic counting technique. Yes, some students are giving me correct answer. We'll see here. So in fact, technique will be useful in determining the number of different ways of arranging and selecting objects without actually listing them. Now, the fundamental principle of counting. Now, how many ways can you order a white chocolate or yellow cake with chocolate or vanilla icing and 20 designs on top? Can you answer me this question? I have taken all the questions only from your gate question paper starting from 2010 onwards. So, and few questions I have added just to make you interesting. So how many ways you order a white, yellow and chocolate cake with chocolate or vanilla icing, and 20 design on top. Now, what is the more important concept here is that first you think about what kind of problem is this. Are there different categories or does the order matter? This is very important here. This is what you have to focus on today's class. Whether the order of the arrangement of the element really matters or not matter. If it matter, then what kind of problem we are dealing with? If it does not matter, then what kind of problem we are dealing with? This is what we will going to see today. So are there any different categories? Yes, we have different categories. What are the categories we have? This use the counting principle because there are three different categories involved. The type of cake, we have three types of cake: white, chocolate, and yellow. Then you have a type of icing, so we have two types of icing given as an option: chocolate and vanilla. And then the type of design, you have 20 possible design on top, you have to choose from. So the counting principle says what? It is very simple now. Now you can answer. The type of cake, there are three different categories. Three from the white chocolate and yellow cake. Then two from the type of icing. And then 20 possibilities from the, yeah, 3 into 2 into 20. So this is a basic counting principle. So what is the answer I'm expecting here? 120 possible outcomes are there. Okay. Let's see the next part. This is a very funny one. Mohan has 3 pant and 2 shirt. Okay. So how many different pair of pant and shirt can he dress up with? And everybody can tell me with the principle of counting. 3 pant and 2 shirt. So 3 into 2 is 6 pairs. But my question is not how many pairs. My question is, what are those pairs? So if I want to list what are the pairs, then I will be using the tree method. So how will do that? So I will let you understand it here only. So you have 3 pants, P1, P2, and P3. Let me write it in big space. So this is P1, P2, and then P3. 3 choices. Why I'm using this tree method? Because when I will do the probability, when I start the probability, majority of the times the possible number of outcomes and the sample spaces we will list like this. It's a more easiest way. And then you have then Mohan has 2 shirt. So let's say shirt 1 and shirt 2. So shirt 1 and shirt 2 option can be go with pant 1 also. Shirt 1 and shirt 2 can be paired with second pant as well. And shirt 1 and shirt 2 can also be paired with pant 3. So now what is the possibilities now? What is the possibilities now? So the possibilities here is now pant 1 and shirt 1 is one possibility. Second possibility is he can wear pant 1 and shirt 2. Now, third possibility is that he will choose pant 2 and shirt 1. And another possibility that he will choose pant 2 and shirt 2. Now, fourth possibility is that he may choose to wear pant 3 and shirt 1. And one more possibility is that he may choose pant 3 and shirt 2. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are total 3 into 2, 6 possible outcomes here. So this method is useful for us to identify the total number of possible outcomes. So in this case, we are not discussing about the probability. So I'm not discussing about the sample spaces, but just to brief you up, for example, if I toss a coin 2 times, right? So you know that head and tail are the only possible outcomes you may get, right? But if you toss the coin 2 times, if you toss the coin 2 times, then what are the possible outcomes you may get? You may get head, tail. So again, you may get head, tail here, and again, you may get head and tail here. So what are the possible outcomes you may get? You will get HH, you may get head tail, you may get tail head, and you may get tail and tail. So this is how we list the total number of possible outcomes by using this tree concept of counting principle. So again, we will get the 4 outcomes here. So that is why I wanted to show you this pictorial presentation here. So we all know that now that we have 6 possible outcomes, I have listed here the tree concept. So now let us, whether you can able to answer this or not. Shabnam has 2 school bags, 3 tiffin box, and 2 water bottles. In how many ways she can carry these items? Choosing one each. There's a restriction that she has to choose one each. So answer is very simple. That you know that there will be 2 into 3 into 2 possibilities. So 6 into 2, there are 12 possibilities. So if you want to choose, write down all the possibilities. So how you have to write now? In the same tree concept. So she has bag 1, she has bag 2, and then she has 3 tiffin box. So 3 tiffin box can go to again T1, T2, and T3 form. And then she has 2 water bottles. So 2 water bottles she can carry. So the number of possible outcomes you will get here is B1, T1, W1. I'm just giving you one example. Sorry, this is B1. I'm sorry. This is B1. The next possible outcome is B1, T1, and W2. Bag 1, tiffin 1, and water bottle 2. So like that, you can list all the 12 possible outcomes. So this tree concept is very important to learn because we can able to list all the possible outcomes which is possible in that particular event. Okay, so we'll go ahead now. So we already discussed with this. This is the tree which I have discussed now. So I have already showed you how to draw like the 12 possibilities. You can draw it. So now look at this. The above problem are solved by applying the principle known as fundamental principle of counting, or simply the multiplication rule also we say. So what that rule says is that if any event can occur in m different ways, okay, and following which another event is occurring in n different ways, the total number of occurrence will be m into n. Okay, this is the counting principle, and in some textbook they also write this as mn rule. Okay, but this is a counting principle generally. So uh, can you able to answer this question? I hope you can answer this question. Find the number of 4-letter words with or without meaning. The meaning does not matter, which can be formed out the letter of the word rose where the repetition of letters are not allowed. You have to find the 4-letter word. Can you answer this? Four into 3 into 2. Okay. 4 factorial, 3 factorial, and 2 factorial. No, Pancham, we have not yet went to the factorial form. Read the question carefully here. Whenever you want to answer any question like this, maybe in GATE exam or something, please read the question what they're asking properly. They're asking that find the number of 4-letter word with or without meaning. Meaning doesn't matter because we are not doing any repetition. This is important. No repetitions. No repetition are allowed. It means one time, one letter only you can choose. Okay. So what are the options you have now? See, if I want to go for the ones, tens, hundred, thousands place, then you have option that all the 4 letter you can choose. But when you come to this place, then you have already freezed 1 letter. So now this option you have only choose from 3 letter. Okay. Then this will be from 2 letter, and this is left out with 1 letter. So what is the answer? Four into three into two into one. Okay. Because there are no repetition allowed. There is no repetitions are allowed. So if there are 4-letter word, okay, you always start from we don't start from putting values from here. We start putting values from 1, 10, 100, and 1000. So I will start from 1000 place. So for example, if I choose a word, let's say R here. So then all the 3 places will be now left out to select from the 3 remaining digits only. So that is why this have all the 4 option. Any one letter can go, but this have the only option left out with 3. So if you put the letter, let's say S here, so now S has gone, R has been gone. So next left out is only 2 options. So this can be taken only for 2. So let's say if I take E in this case, so E has gone. Now left out is only one option called as 0. So that is called only one option left out. So the total ways we can fill this 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is 24 ways. Okay. So one more way you can, this is one possibility. Another possibility is that you can freeze O first. Then you can again out of R, S, E, you can choose any letter because you have 3 options. Then R you have taken, then you have only option left is O and E, sorry, S and E. Then you can either take E, and then you have no option left, you have to go for S. Like that, you have to list out all the 24 possible ways. Okay, let's go to the next part. Okay, in the previous part, there was no repetition. But now what if the repetition are allowed? In all the 4 places, 1, 2, 3, and 4, now the repetitions are allowed. Yes, very good. Not 4 factorial. Not 4 factorial. 4 factorial is different concept. Repetitions are allowed means you can repeat the letter. So it means you have 4 options to choose here. Again, that letter can be repeated. So again, you have 4 options here again. Again, you have 4 options again here. Again, you have 4 options here. So this will be 4 into 4 into 4 into 4. So how many total? 256. Very good. When the repetition of letter is allowed, then you have all the 4 option because you have the letter called ROSE. So once you have choose the letter R here, suppose, again R can repeat here also. So you have all the 4 choices to repeat. So again R can come here. Okay. Again you have 4 options. Again R can come here. Again R can come here. That is one possibility. The repetitions are allowed. So like that we have 256 ways of representing. So we have discussed that. Okay, let us see this problem. how many two-digit even numbers can be formed from the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If the digit can be repeated, I once again repeat, digit can repeat, but only you have to focus on two-digit even number. Can you answer this? So you have only, the only even numbers here is 2 and 4. Five into 2, 2 into 2, I'm getting some random answers. 4, 10, 4. Okay, let us see. Read this carefully. We start filling the unit place because the option for this place are 2 and 4. As I've told you, you have only 2 and 4 as a even number, right? So that can be done in two ways. Fine. So unit place, this place, you can choose any number between 2 and 4. So basically you have two choices here. Yeah, now I'm getting the answers, I think. What about this place? 10 place, can you fill any of these 5 digit now? Right? These have all the 5 options to be chosen. 1, 2, 3, any 5 letter can be chosen. But why? See, because they're talking about even numbers. So you have to first focus upon the unit place. This place you have to be focused upon. Okay. If this place cannot be end up with 2 or 4, then that number, whatever the number 2 digit you are forming, cannot be a even number. That is why first you have to focus upon the unit place. So unit place means you have only two number, 2 and 4, which is even. So you have two options. Either you can put 4 in the first, and then you can put any number from 1 to 15. So let's say 14, even. Okay. If we have freeze 4, then you can choose any number between here. Let's say 54, even, like that. So if I freeze 2 in the unit place and you choose any number, let's say 1, yes, go ahead. 52, even. Okay, or maybe 32. So any combination you can choose here, that will be a two digit even number only. So this place is very important when you talk about even or odd. This number should be end up with 2 or 4. That is why we are first focusing on the unit place. So the total number of ways we can do is 5 into 2 ways. The answer is 10. All right. Now let's go back to the permutation and combination. This diagram has a lot of cake and I'm feeling hungry also, so I put that question for you. So whether this problem related to combination or permutation, you will decide how. Okay, let's say fruit salad contains grape, pineapple, strawberries, and blueberries. Okay, this is the fruit salad content. So does it matter whether any order I can place the ingredient in the bowl? Whether this any order important, if I put grape first, or if I put pineapple first, or I put strawberry first, or shall I put blueberry first? So does the order matter? No, order does not matter. So which one is this? Now we have got one hint that order of the element is not important for me. So if order is not important, so what kind of problem you are dealing with? Are you dealing with permutation or combination? It's a combination. No, it's a combination. Whenever there is no order important for me, then I'm dealing with the problem called combination. So you will come to know in a few other slides that why combination requires no order and why permutation is important when order comes to picture. So it's a combination. So the order that you put the fruit salad does not matter. So we are dealing with combination problem here. Okay. Example 2. So let's say locker combination is 23, 5 and 17. It's a locker combination. So does it matter what order I turn the number? It's a locker combination. So does it matter if I put 5 number first, then 23 and then 17? In this case, order is matter, because if you put any other order which you have apart from this combination, then locker does not open. So you are dealing with a permutation here. So permutation is when order is important concept. So we will see with the problem now. Okay, let us take this problem. How many ways can you arrange 10 books on a shelf that has space for only 5 books? How many ways can you arrange 10 books on a shelf that has only space for 5 books? First, let me answer, does order matter? In this case, does order matter? In which order you place the books? Someone is telling no. You're arranging 10 books on a bookshelf that has space only for 5 books. Order matters in this case, because the A, B, C, D, E books, suppose if the order is like that, is different arrangement than B, A, C, D, E. So order does matter. So you are dealing with a permutation in this case, because you are arranging book. So order does matter in this case. So in which order you arrange the book? You cannot arrange book in a different order. So how many? Very good. Jaswant Reddy has given me the proper answer. It's 10p5. So 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. So I'm not given the formula of NPR in this case, but let me tell you what is NPR. NPR is the n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So this formula generally represent the arrangement. This is the arrangement when order is important, where order is important. So why order is important in this case? Because you are arranging an element r at a time. Okay, so in this case, this is a formula. So it's a simple formula. You can all understand that we have 10p5 in this case. So 10p5 can be written as 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 5 by 5 factorial. So 10 factorial can be written as 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into, again I will write 5 factorial only here. So 5 factorial and this 5 factorial get cancelled. So you will get only 987 into 6, which I have written. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next part. So this is a definition that permutation is arrangement of things in a certain order. So order is important. Okay. Now this is a question I've taken from the GATE 2016. From the first 3 letters of alphabet, how many ways we can arrange them if no letter can be used more than once? The question seems to be confusing, but it is not confusing at all. Okay, from the first 3 letters of the alphabet. So what are the 3 first letters of the alphabet? A, B, and C. So from first 3 letters of alphabet, how many ways we can arrange them if no letter can be repeated more than once? So we have 3 places. How many ways you can? 6 ways. 6 ways. Yes. So again, you have all the 3 options here because there is no repetition. So again, you have 2 options because one is already fixed here, and then you have 1 option here. So that will be your 6. So can you list out the possible outcomes here? The possible outcome is that, for example, I will freeze A here first, and then I will go for B and C. Then again, I will freeze A. Then this will be C into B, two option left out. This is one possibility. Then if I freeze B here, then I have option called A and C, and C and A. This is one possibility. Another possibility is that I will freeze C in this, and then I have option from other two, so that will be A, B, and then this will be BA. This is the only possibilities. So there are 6 possibilities. Actually, I have modified this question. They have not asked this value. They have asked what are the possible outcomes. So this is the answer actually for this problem. So now you are getting the idea of counting principle. Let us go ahead. I have already discussed this 3, 2, 1. So this you can represent as 3 factorial also, which is 6. So this is the order which I have written here. Now the same question I have modified a bit. Now we have 5-letter alphabet. How many ways you can arrange them? Taken 3 at a time. If no letter can be, again there is no repetition. So question is a bit different. You have 5 letter A, B, C, D, E, the first 5 alphabets, but you have to taken 3 at a time. So how many ways you can do it? Can you answer? Abhinav, we have, it is not 5C3. 5C3. No. It's not combination yet. It's still a permutation. We are doing the arrangement. Order importance here. Whether repetition is important, whether repetition is there or not repetition, that is a different concept. But still we are doing arrangements. Can you tell me the answer? Yes. So first letter, all the 5 can go. Then 4 and 3. So 20 into 3. So 60, I guess. So let us see the answer. 5 choice, 4 choice, 3 choice, 60 outcomes. Okay. So this is by the definition. Here I have not listed the outcomes. You can list all the outcomes possibilities. Okay. So this is the formula, and by definition we know that 0 factorial is 1. So don't forget that. Now let us see this problem. Find the number of order in which the 6 books can be arranged on a shelf. Similar problem which we have seen previously. Find the number of orders in which the 6 book can be arranged on a shelf. Now you get the idea. See here. This 6P6. So the number of book is 6, and the book are arranged 6 at a time. So it's a 6P6. So 6 factorial. 6 by 6P6 means 6 factorial. Good. So there are 720 permutations. Okay, if the shelf has only enough room for 4 can, then find the number of ways 4 of the 7 can be arranged. So 7P4, the number of can is 7, and the number of can we are arranging is 4. So can you calculate quickly? This slide I have just to show you that the number get cancels out. So we'll get 764. So we have 840 permutations here. Right. Okay. So permutation, please read this definition properly. This definition I will be using more often. This formula I will be using in the probability chapter as well. So that's why I have put this in this slide, that if the number of permutation of an object. Now we have P1 object of one kind, P2 object of second kind, and P3 of another kind, like that up to Pk of kth type. P1, P2, P3, P4 are the different objects. Okay, so how to write the probability? How to write the permutation for those kind of objects where we have different objects. So formula is n factorial by P1 and P2 and Pk4. So the best example I can give here is that from the letter Allahabad, find the number of permutation of letter of the word Allahabad. How many number of permutation you can do from the letter Allahabad? It means permutation means arrangement. How many different words you can arrange from the word Allahabad? Can you tell me? So to answer this question, you have to use this formula. So to use this formula, P1, P2, P3, P4, you have to identify. Okay, different objects you have to identify from this set. So what is that? Let us start from the letter A. How many A letter is there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 letter for A. Then how many letters is L? 1, 2, 2 letter is L. Then what about H? How many H is there? 1. Then we have left out with B. So B also we have 1. Then D also we have 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So 9 letter we have identified. So what is the permutations are now? So total 9 letters are there. So that will be your 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial into 1 factorial into 1 factorial, 1 factorial. So all are 1 factorial, so I'm not writing the value. 1 factorial is 1 itself. So this is the answer. 9 factorial by 4 factorial by 2 into 2 factorial. So what is the answer? There are 7,560 arrangements possible. We will link all this concept together with the probability later. Now let us work out the combination. So as you all know that combination order does not matter. Okay. So formula for combination, don't be get confused between this formula. If you solve this formula, you will get this only. Okay. In many textbook or if we generally teach the student for GATE, we generally write this formula. NCR is equal to NPR by RPR. So if you solve this formula, you will get the same result. So this will be n factorial divided by n minus r factorial whole divided by, this will be r factorial divided by r minus r factorial. So r minus r factorial becomes 0 factorial. So 0 factorial becomes 1. So the only result you will get is n factorial divided by r factorial will go here, or n minus factorial will come down. So you will get r factorial into n minus r factorial. So this is the formula for NCR where the order does not matter. Okay. So we will see that in detail now. Now look at this question. Looks funny, but finding combination. How many ways you can arrange 3 sweaters in a display window from 8 sweater? The first question is that whether the order matter. You're arranging sweaters from display window. So does order matter? If you are very much particular about the color of sweater, especially for the girls, maybe matters, but generally it doesn't matter. Sorry to say that, but order does not matter here. Okay, so it's a combination problem because order of the setter in the window does not matter. So exactly this is 8C3. So which can be written as 8 factorial by 8 minus 3 factorial by 3 factorial. So we will get total 56 outcomes. All right. So now you can see that how we can moving from permutation to combination, where permutation was important, where the orders is a very good part for me, but in the combination, order of the arrangement does not matter for me. Okay, find the combination. So Mary wants to join a book club that offers a choice of 10 new books each month. If Mary wants to buy 2 books, find the number of different pairs she can buy. So pairs, she has to buy 2 books. Okay, out of 10. Order does not matter. Okay, so how many ways she can do it? 10 see 2 ways, 10 possible book, 2 chosen at a time. So there are how many possibilities? 45 possibilities. I think you can answer this now. Harry wants to join a DVD club that offers a choice of 12 new DVD each month. If Harry wants to buy 4 DVDs, find the number of different set of he can buy. So he has to buy 4 DVDs out of 12, but order does not matter. In any order he can take. So the answer is 495 combinations, not permutation. 495 combination he can have. All right. So this is a lottery problem. Just read the problem. A certain state lottery consists of selecting a set of 6 numbers randomly from a set of 49 number. Okay, a certain state lottery consists of selecting a set of 6 numbers randomly from a set of 49 numbers. To win the lottery, you must select the correct 6 numbers. So how many possible lottery tickets are there? Can you try this? Try this. First of all, you have to identify whether you are doing a combination or you are doing permutation, because are you aware of the order? Is important for you or not? Selecting a set of 6 numbers randomly. So when you're selecting it randomly, so then definitely the order does not comes into picture. So what is the possible ways? 49C6 ways you can choose it. Why order does not matter here? Because of this word called randomly. When you're anything you are selecting randomly, then the order does not matter because you're not aware of the order at all. So whenever you are have the word come across with random, you are going with the combination because order does not matter there. All right. So we're almost come to the closure of that. This is my last slide. I want you to answer this question. How many number lying between 100 and 1000 can be formed with the digit 0 to 5 if the repetition of digit is not allowed? It is asked in 2016. Second problem, a committee of 3 persons is to be constituted, or committee of 3 persons has to be formed from a group of 2 men and 3 women. In how many ways can this be done? And how many of these committees should consist 1 man and 2 women? So first question for you is that which question is permutation problem, which question is combination problem? Can you tell me where the order plays an important role, where order does not play important? So which is permutation, which is combination? Okay. Jaswant Bandvi, correct. First one is permutation. because the numbers which we are arranging, it order matters. Second one is permutation, because there the committee whatever you form, whether it contains man or woman, order does not matter. The first question is okay, but now tell me the answer. How quickly you can able to do, I want to see whether you have understood something or not. Read the problem very carefully. If you want, I can give you a hint. Let us see the first problem. You have 1 to 5. How many digits is there? 6 digits. Right? How many numbers lying 100 to 300 can be formed with a digit if the repetition of digit is not allowed? Okay. So guys, one observation is that between 100 and 1000, you take any number. You take 101 or you take between 100 and 1000. So 1000 will not be involved. So 999. One observation you can see here is that between 100 and 1000, the number, whatever number you choose, will be of 3 digits. This is one more observation. Between 100 and 1000, you take any number, that number will be of 3 digits. Right? So the first thing what you have to do is, first you have to find out the permutation of 3 digits out of 6. So first you have to find the 6p3. You find this. Okay. So when you find the 6p3, what is a quick answer for 6p3? You can use calculator, or otherwise I have to do it here. So that will be 6 factorial by 6 minus 3, 3 factorial. This will be 6 factorial by 3 factorial. So 6543, 654 only you will get. So we will get 6, 5 into 4. So 20. So you will get 120. Okay. So 120 permutations for 6p3. This is first step. Now, but one more important concept here. In this 120 permutation, there are some words, because we are taking 3-letter, because we have arranged 3-letter word. Okay. But if any letter, if any word, let's say 0 comes here by chance, then you are left out with only 2 digits. Okay. If I fix 0 in this place, then you are left out with only 2-digit number. So those permutation also include in this 120. So that I have to subtract. Yes. So then what I have to do? This 2-digit arrangement also to be subtracted from this, because this 120 permutation which you have is also contain the number like 0 or maybe 03 092 or something like that. So then it becomes 2-digit number. So then what I have to do? I have to arrange this 2-digit number. So 0 has been now fixed. So left out with 5 digits. So 5p2. So what is 5p2? 5 factorial by 3 factorial. So 5 into 4. So 20. So this number should be subtracted from this number. So the total arrangement is 100. 100 is the answer for the first problem. Got it? All right. What about the second problem? Let us quickly see the second problem also. A committee of 3 persons has to be constituted from a group of 2 men and 3 women. In how many ways this can be done? How many ways this can be done? So we have 2 plus 3, 5 people, and 3 persons committee we have to form. So this will be 5C3 form. 5C3 ways you can do it. So 5C3 you can calculate. just one 5p1, 5p1 and 4p1, can you take it? You can take it, but that does not give me any picture on what basis you are taking 4p1, 5p1 and 4p1. This is incorrect. 5p1, 5p1, 4p1 cannot come. Okay, so 5 ways you can do. You can form the committee. So what is the number here? This will be 5 factorial, 5 into 4. So you will get 20, right? Sorry. It's a combination problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a combination problem. So this will be 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 5 minus 3, 2 factorial. So this I can get 10, I guess. Okay, you're talking about the first problem. 5p1, 5 arrangements. 1. Yeah, you can take it. No, can take it. No problem. 5p1, 4p1. You can take it. If you have that level of understanding, you can do it. So this is the answer for the first question. Now, how many of these committee would consist 1 man and 2 men? So 1 man should be from out of 2 men only, and 2 women should be from 3 women. So you have the option called 2C1, 1 man taken out of 2, and 2 women taken out of 3. So this will be nothing but 2C1 into 3C2. So you can calculate this. So this is 6. 6 is the answer for this. 10 is the answer for first one. All right. So that's it. I'm done. For that, I will just unmute you all so that if anybody has doubt, you can ask. Okay, guys, I have unmuted you all. If anybody have any doubts, please ask me. Anyone has any doubts?